This video is very late now, isn't it? But hey, we're just gonna cram everything in one video. I mean 2 videos, or maybe 3. Hopefully not that many. This video is sponsored by Phoenix Pharos cards. If you need supplies of singles or splits for Cardfight Vanguard, especially the ones in the video, do check out Phoenix Pharos cards today, and as a bonus, use the promo code MetaNerd to get an amazing 5% discount. And with that being said, let's get on with the video. Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the MetaNerd channel. I am Marcus, bringing you another video for Cardfight Vanguard Willdress. In this video, we will be going through the 5 main lyrical decks that actually receive a new grade 3 unit, which is Alestiel, Clarissa, Loronerol, Feltyrosa, as well as Thanos herself. This whole festival set is basically a booster set for Lyrical, and due to Lyrical having so many decks, yeah, I definitely could not fit everything in one video. But for this video, we'll be covering like each of the new grade 3 boss unit that these 5 decks have received, as well as one of the new support card that they received, just to not make this video like an hour long. Without wasting any more time, let's take a look at the new grade 3 boss unit for all of these 5 main lyrical decks. First and foremost is Thanos herself, Festimagica Wilista. Dress up Prismagica Wilista. During this fight, this card is also regarded as the specific card. Auto, when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, discard a card from hand, choose a gem card from your soul or drop and put it into your hand. Second skill, active Vanguard Circle once per turn. Cost Soul Blast 1 gem and perform all of the following according to the card name of the card Soul Blasted for this cost. Everlasting Sapphire, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 unit cards from among them, call them to Vanguard Circle and shuffle the deck. True Hearted Ruby, this unit gets 15k power until the end of turn. This is basically the new keyword that is specific to Lyrical Monasterio, which is the dress up. It's basically them trying to, you know, make this unit into that specific unit so that they can actually introduce more cards, but they are regarded as the same name. What a way to introduce new units while also making people spend more money. The personal right is active even if you write this on top of the OG Willdress or the OG Willdress right on top of this. They are both regarded as the same card, so personal right still works. You are able to recycle your gem card now, which is definitely nice. The gem cards are basically like the reality stone as well as the space stones. You get the reference. Those 2 are the only gem cards that we have so far for this deck, and both of those are actually not that bad. It's just that their skills is a little bit mediocre. The difference is actually quite significant between this Willdress and the OG Willdress. You no longer need to discard the other top 3 to 4 cards from the top of the deck from you soul blasting the space stone, which is definitely nice because the OG Willdress will need to discard all of the 5 cards on top of the deck, which could lead to deck out, which is why Thanos is not doing as great. This is a positive one, and it definitely prevents you from decking out, but at the same time you do loses the intercept restricting skills, because the OG Willdress does restrict the opponent from intercepting, but this Willdress, although having a much better top 5 superior call skill, it does loses that intercept restrict skill. Alongside a new gem, both skills are active, which alongside a 3rd gem that was introduced in this set, both skills are activated as long as you soul blast that order card, which is definitely nice. Not only do you have like a really big 15k attacker, you are able to superior call the top 5 cards, which is definitely nice. And this is only from Thanos herself. For the longest time, Thanos is not doing that great even within Lyrical Monasterio, because due to how mediocre her skills are. But yeah, this is, I think, a really good power-up skill. Moving on. Next, of course, is the Crossing Illumirays. Continuous during this fight, this card is also regarded as True-Hearted Ruby and Everlasting Sapphire, the Reality Stone and the Space Stone. Play this if you have a Vanguard with Thanos in its card name. Put this card into the soul, draw a card, choose one of your Vanguard. Until the end of turn, it gets 5k power. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it gets auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks, cost Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1 grade 3 cards with Thanos in its card name. Choose one of your rearguards and stand it. You cannot play order this turn. Yeah, this basically helps activate both skills of the new Thanos, which, as mentioned before, is really good. Because the OG Willdress doesn't really do a lot. Even if you're able to activate both skills, it's not that great because those two skills are mediocre at best. But for the new Thanos, it's actually very, very good. This gem order does provide a 5k power boost to Thanos himself, while also providing a 4th attack for Wilista. This is truly game changing. The OG Wilista is only able to attack for 3 times. With this giving the restanding skill, it actually allows a 4th attack, which is insane and truly a game changing for Thanos. With this card, alongside the activation skill of the new Thanos, Thanos himself will be attacking for a minimum of 33k, which is definitely huge. This is not taking into account personal right as well as some other skills that basically gives the Vanguard power. So yeah, it's looking to be really, really great for Thanos, but then again, it's not as crazy as the other grade 3 boss unit, but still game changing nonetheless. Next up, we have Holy Egg Festival Praxis Committee Chief Clarissa. That's a long name. Of course, this unit does have a dress up to the OG Clarissa. Active Vanguard Circle once per turn. If you personal right this turn, this cost may be paid by Soul Blasting 1. Cost: discard a grade 3 card with Clarissa in its card name from hand. Search your deck or drop for up to 1. Aim to be the strongest idol. Reveal it and put it into your hand. And if you search the deck, shuffle your deck. Auto Vanguard Circle once per turn. When this unit attack hits, draw 2 cards, and all of your rearguards with Earnescorrect in card names gets 5k power until the end of turn. While this grade 3 boss unit isn't a Earnescorrect, but because of the dress up ability, this card actually becomes an Earnescorrect unit, which is quite significant if you want to play the order card, aim to be the strongest idol. And the biggest change that this unit brings for Clarissa is that your order searcher is no longer just limited to the right line. This card by itself does helps you recycle or fetch out your aim to be the strongest idol order card, which the OG Clarissa is unable to do. You are only guaranteed like 1 order card to the hand thanks to the right line, but after that it's basically up to RNG. With this new Clarissa, you are able to either Soul Blast 1 during your personal right or discard a grade 3 Clarissa from your hand for you to search out the order card. Definitely really good. However, in order to have like a more consistent way for you to basically recycle your order card, the OG Clarissa is still needed in this deck because you need to discard 1 grade 3 Clarissa from the hand. And also you need to personal right. So, but it doesn't really matter because you do need different Earnescorrect unit for you to be able to activate aim to be the strongest idol, so doesn't really matter as much. The major power up that this card gets as compared to the OG Clarissa is that this unit is able to draw 2 cards, where the OG Clarissa is only able to draw 1, and I think you can only choose like 1 unit to get the 5k. For this unit, you are able to draw 2, and every single Earnescorrect rearguard is getting the 5k power, not just 1, all of them. Doesn't really matter, does not really care. Every single Earnescorrect is gonna get the 5k. Disgusting. Simply disgusting. Say goodbye to the OG Clarissa. This is the new Clarissa. I mean, they're both technically the same card, but then again, this is more powerful. Definitely more powerful. Disgusting. Next up, we have Earnescorrect follower Neccela. Active Vanguard Circle and hand. If you have a Vanguard with Clarissa in its card name, cost Blast 1 and put this card into the soul. Choose one of a Vanguard and it gets auto Vanguard Circle when this unit attacks. If you play aim to be the strongest idol this turn, choose one of your rearguards and stand it until the end of turn. So another Earnescorrect unit. For the longest time, we are only stuck with I think just 5 Earnescorrect unit. With more Earnescorrect unit being introduced for Clarissa, it's always a good option, and let alone a skill that is this good. You are able to activate her skill not only from the rearguard circle but from the hand. It's definitely very nice for board building if you find yourself like having all of your units on the board and you don't really want to call this out only to then lose the rearguard circle. Yeah, you can activate this card skill from hand, which is definitely nice. And what's more, this card basically confirms like a 4th to 5 attack enabler. I mean, at the moment we do already have like a 4th attack in Clarissa thanks to this card here, but this card just makes it more consistent. You don't have to rely on Clarissa attacking hit to restand, and of course this card does need you to discard a card, although you are drawing 2, but keep in mind here is that those discard actually adds up. You don't gain back anything after you discard to restand. So this card is definitely a must to be run in Earnescorrect due to how mediocre some of the Earnescorrect units and basically have a more powerful Avengers Assemble. Very, very nice card to be introduced. Next is, I think, a lot of people's waifu. Holy Angel of Blessing Alestiel. Of course, the dress up ability. Auto Vanguard Circle. At the beginning of your main phase, choose a card from your bind zone and put it into your hand and bind the top card of your deck. Black Wings. Active Vanguard Circle once per turn. Cost. Discard a card from your hand. Search your deck for up to one card with the Black Wings ability. Call it the Vanguard Circle and shuffle your deck. White Wings. Auto Vanguard Circle. At the end of the battle, this unit attack. Cost Counterblast 1 and discard a card from your hand. Search your deck or hand for up to one card whose original card name is Archangel of Twin Wings Alestiel. Write it as a stand and it gets drive -1 until the end of turn. If you search the deck, shuffle the deck. So this new Alestiel does have the same binding as the OG. You basically just bind the top deck, and hopefully there is one grade 3 specific unit that you will love to see being bind in order to activate both Black Wings and White Wings. But still, having the option to take the card from the bind zone to the hand is definitely nice. It's a free +1 every time you go into the main phase. You are able to superior call any Black Wings from the deck if you are in Black Wings. Is always nice, although you do need to discard a card from your hand. But still, having the option to directly search for something from the deck is always disgusting. The pseudo rewriting into the OG Alestiel essentially lets you have a double Vanguard swing. At the moment, although Alestiel is able to attack more than 3 times, especially for the Black Wings build, the White Wings you can only attack for 3 times, but most of their attacks are double crit or something like that. The Black Wings is able to attack for multiple times, but they are attacking like for peanuts numbers. They're not really that great. But thanks to this unit's rewriting skill, it actually allows you to attack for an extra time. You are required to write into the OG version of Alestiel, which if you are able to fulfill both Black Wings and White Wings requirement, you will have an 18k to 28k critical 2 on the second swing. And if both Black Wings and White Wings is active, that number is gonna pump up to 5k. I mean, it's not technically pumping up to 5k because one of Alestiel's skill is lowering the opponent's front row by 5k, which essentially adds 5k to yourself as well as your front row. But yeah, on rewrite, you get a double crit, a Vanguard swing. Although it's only one drive, but still very disgusting. I think previously we're still stuck with either you want to play the Black Wings or the White Wings or both at the same time. The both variant, while it is consistent, it still lack like the oomph for it to actually function well. But for this particular setup, in order for you to rewrite and have the maximum output for the OG Alestiel, you will definitely want to play a hybrid version. Next, of course, is Together With You Seraphiel. Auto, when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, choose a grade 3 card with Alestiel in its card name from your drop and put it on the bottom of your deck. White Wings, auto back row Vanguard Circle. When your unit with Alestiel in its card name is placed on Vanguard Circle during your battle phase, stand this unit. So this is basically, without a doubt, Alestiel's personal booster. It helps you recycle your OG Alestiel for the rewriting ability, although you may want to, you know, put the new Alestiel back to the bottom because you still want to write into the new Alestiel for you to have the rewrite. If you don't do that, then yeah, not that great. But still, I think this unit is meant for you to keep the OG Alestiel in the deck. Otherwise, you will be stuck. This card will help the whole column of Alestiel to be hitting for 26 to 36k for second swing, as well as the critical 2, which is a bump insignificant number. And if you are playing the effect critical trigger and you give the 2k to the Vanguard, yeah, you're just hitting for numbers. Very disgusting. And come to think of it, since this unit does restance herself, you can give whatever trigger power to her because she does restance, the power will still be on her. So on the second swing, you will definitely get the benefit of triggers. Very disgusting. Next, of course, is the cat girl that is never gonna give you up. Sing With Me, Loronerol. If you don't know that reference, go back to watch when I introduced this deck. Auto, when this unit is placed on Vanguard Circle, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to one grade 3 or less unit card from among them, call it to Vanguard Circle, and shuffle your deck. Second skill, auto Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose up to one face-up song from your order zone and sing it. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, cost Soul Blast 1 grade 3 with Loronerol in its card name. Until the end of the battle, this unit gets drive +1 and your opponents cannot call Sentinel from their hand to Guardian Circle. So, never giving up Loronerol. You are able to superior call a rearguard from the top 5, which is always nice. Loronerol has this problem of not getting enough rearguards because after Most of their rearguards has been retired. She's possibly unable to rebuild the board because there's not really a lot of cards that basically superior calls inside Loronerol deck. This superior call skill does helps a little bit, but it's not going to completely eliminate this problem. Going second with this Loronerol just became disgusting thanks to, you know, this second skill. One of the song orders does gives critical to Loronerol herself, so, you know. Very disgusting. However, the downside here is that you can only sing once. So you do need to be very careful of what cards that you want to sing. It's either you want your rearguards to restand or give Loronerol herself the power. Loronerols are doing almost the same thing, but in terms of utility, the OG Loronerol is much better because she's able to sing twice. But this Loronerol is more threatening. One last thing is that Elementaria Sanctity is able to still guard this, so keep in mind. The support card for Loronerol, Clear Stream Marilou. Continuous rearguard circle. If your auto zone has 2 or more face down cards, this unit gets 10k power. Although if you personal right this turn, this cost may be paid by Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, put a card from hand to soul, search your deck for up to 1 song card, reveal it and put it in your hand and shuffle your deck. This is basically a 20k attacker if you have 2 face down cards in your auto zone, which will not be active if you decided to basically write into the new Loronerol on the 3rd turn because you will only have 1 face down. The OG is able to put 2, which will then activate the skill, but the new Loronerol will need to wait another turn because she can only sing once. That's basically the downside. This, of course, does help with setting up your song cards consistency. It basically searches whatever song card that you want. You want a +1 critical to the Vanguard song card, or you want a restanding. This is your girl. And not only that, this card does provide you with some soul resources because the new Loronerol does need to soul blast 1 Loronerol from the soul. This card basically helps with that if you plan to basically activate all of the skills for the new Loronerol on the 3rd turn while going second. Very, very nice, but it does requires you to first have Loronerol in your hand, and it also means that you potentially sacrifice your personal right. Last but not least is Feltyrosa, Rondo of Plenilune. Feltyrosa. Continuous Vanguard circle. During your turn, if your soul has a grade 3 card with Feltyrosa in its card name, all of your front row ghost units get 10k power. Active Vanguard once per turn. Cost Counterblast 1, and until the end of turn, this unit gets Auto Vanguard circle once per turn. When your dry check reveals a ghost normal unit or a grade 3 card with Feltyrosa in its card name, you may call that card to an open rearguard circle. If you call a card, this unit gets drive +1 until the end of the battle twice. This card does have the pseudo personal right power when she's on the field and you have like another grade 3 Feltyrosa in the soul is actually super good. Means that the moment you superior right, it's a 20k to the front row, and whoever you superior call to that front row to attack is gonna benefit from that 20k. Simply disgusting. And the second skill is pretty much the same, but there is a fundamental difference. The overall counterblast is reduced to 1, where the OG Feltyrosa will need to use 2 counterblasts in order to attack for 5 times. This Feltyrosa will need to pay only 1 counterblast for you to potentially attack for 5 times. Also, instead of only checking for ghost normal unit from your dry check, it also has the additional activation targets that includes grade 3 Feltyrosa herself. If you manage to dry check either this new Feltyrosa or the OG Feltyrosa, you're able to superior call and get another drive, which is definitely nice. But then again, the thing that bothers me is that you're calling personal right targets, so not really great, but still an extra attack is an extra attack, which does explains why this Feltyrosa does have the pseudo personal right power. It would be too stupid if Feltyrosa is able to consistently personal right. Very disgusting indeed. Lastly, we have Traumerei of Grazing Hands, Roswitha. Although when this unit is placed on rearguard circle other than from hand, if you have a Vanguard with Feltyrosa in its card name, stand all of your rearguards in the same column as this unit, and this unit gets 5k power until the end of turn. Auto rearguard circle. When this unit attacks, you may have this unit gets 5k power until the end of that battle. If you do, at the end of that battle, put this unit on the bottom of the deck. This is probably going to be the best attacker that Feltyrosa will have at the moment. Not only is this a ghost unit, this unit is able to hit for 15k to 40k attacker with booster boosting twice for free. This unit is free. Normally, this kind of skill will not be free, but hey, it does restrict you to only be able to activate when Feltyrosa is superior calling this unit. The second skill power-up is there to free up the front row for multi-attack, because Feltyrosa did mention you can only superior call the ghost unit to the front row. Yeah, this basically just free up that spot for your multi-attack shenanigans, which definitely is nice. This is possibly going to be the priority unit to be called, as well as put to the top deck. I mean, I know Feltyrosa does have stuff that basically puts ghost unit on top of the deck to then superior call with Feltyrosa. So this, I think, is going to be priority number 1 if you want to hit for big numbers. And that is all for this video. Do let me know down in the comment section of what do you think for the 5 boss unit that receive a new grade 3 form. Some of them are really insane, some of them are still meh. I mean, not to say that they are bad, just that they might possibly not doing enough. Do like and subscribe if you like this video, of course, during the bell notification icon so that you don't miss a video I upload. With that being said, I'll see you all on the field.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.